Hey everyone, welcome back to another World of Warships Blitz video. So today we got our patch notes for update 7.3. I'm cautiously optimistic about how things are going in this game. Now we know they made a big call out for more community contributors. So that means to me that they want to try to push the game out a little bit more, get a little more coverage of the game. Seeing that they want to do a new logo, and try to I don't want to call it rebranding it, but hopefully with some of the stuff they're doing and the push for more CCs is they're actually going to keep this game going a while for us. So I'm kind of excited about that if that's the case. New logo, I kind of like it. It's nice, nothing crazy. Big one here, more surveys. Now looking at some of the stuff they talk about here in the patch notes, they listen to us with some of this stuff. Now I know some of the stuff's gonna be hard to implement that we've talked about, but more surveys is good. Just remember, guys, don't curse at them. Be respectful. Give constructive criticism. Some of the stuff that we've talked about or we've told them, it worked. I don't know. Enhanced gun sounds, guys. I'm all for anything that makes the game sound better. I'm not too upset with the ones we have. Excuse me. Something that I know I complained about in the last survey I did, the map rotation. I'm sick and tired of seeing encounter, hourglass, 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 encounter every time I play a game. I'm sick and tired of that. So if we can get better map rotation and this works out, big thumbs up to Wargaming for that. Philippines port, that's a nice thing, nice add to the game. Another thing that I like seeing here, the choice boxes. I love them in the Blitz Pass. Normally I have all the ships, so it doesn't matter, but I love seeing the fact that we have options. And since they said they received very positive feedback about it, they're going to add it to more events. So another big thumbs up to Wargaming for that. I'm not going to go over the descriptions of the Bungo line here. We got a Tier 8, a Tier 9, and a Tier 10. Early access in late August. Premium Tier 8 Spanish Cruiser. Not sure about Shornhorse 43. Is that really Tier 7? I got to look at PC and find out. We've got a Tier 8 French-German destroyer. One cool one here, and I hopefully this, I don't know, I'm kind of like pipe dream on my part. We get our Forrest Sherman class destroyer, which will make a certain red dinosaur very happy. The one that I like here is the fact that we're getting a museum ship. Be kind of nice if Wargaming took some of the proceeds from us trying to buy the ship, or Red trying to buy the ship, and donate it to that museum ship. That'd be fantastic. Black Lion, Brooklyn, Black Brooklyn, who cares? Now we're getting, in addition to those premium ships that they listed out, more unique ships are going to be available with the couple collaborations we got going on. One, I'm kind of excited about the Megadeth collaboration. I know you just get a stupid like Tier 5 premium, but the portraits are pretty cool. I'm digging this camouflage for the Tier 8 Japanese battle cruiser. That looks absolutely fantastic. Hopefully it's got good skills on there, but that's a sharp looking camo. Kudos to the art department. Another cool one, which I cross my fingers and hope we don't have the Sarugi problem with the ship line, but since we have that same dragon camo. And same thing with Bungo here. We got another dragon camo sticking out. So please, please, please have good AP performance on those ships. Shornhorse 43. No, that one's actually pretty cool for that French destroyer. Not too fond of that one. There's the Forrest Sherman shark camo. Not bad. Mid-Autumn Festival camos for a couple ships. Yeah, we'll see what happens with those. Alright, some more Epic Commanders. And that's going to be from some of the collaborations. We got some new portraits. I don't know about some of these portraits. I don't know about the anime stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, the Megadeth portrait really, it really brought me back to my youth in the late '80s when I listened to my first Megadeth album. And we got a cool Megadeth frame that comes with it. So I shut up and take my money. Wargaming, you got it. Couple new titles, some collection book stuff. Get you a title, portrait, another frame. Wargaming's 26th anniversary. So you're going to have one for that with all tech tree stuff, which is nice. All right, August. Daily login rewards update. August, you're going to get the Tier 3 Premium Destroyer Campbelltown. And then we got a Wargaming 25 time camouflage. Whatever. September, portrait of Winston Churchill. Another time camouflage and John Fisher for an Epic Commander. Nice to... Okay, I'm okay with kind of alternating from month to month. Something, in my eyes, which is kind of crappy. A Tier 3 Premium Destroyer. Okay, whatever. But if we're going to be swapping out, alternated every month with something a little very low tier to a nice Epic Commander or something like that, I'm okay with that. Let's see here. Additional information. Refresh the loading screen. So we're updating the loading screens to feature designs tailored to events and collaborations, which is, honestly, why hasn't this happened beforehand? Where if we're in the middle of a collab or an event, why don't the loading screens reflect that? Subcategories for voiceovers. All right, configurable aircraft detection range. We'll have to see how that one is. I have no idea what that one's about. And I know some people are going to be very happy about the Italian ship's bot damage nerf. So maybe you won't get nuked by the bot Columbos and Lepantos that we see. So at least they've touched on something that bots do. If we can get a little bit of a bot rework wargaming, that would be super nice. Bug fixes for torpedo reloads for Black Fletcher and Lushun. Cool. The collaborations. What are we going to get? We're going to get a special Yamato, Amaya, Miyoko, and a Nachi. So, cool. We're going to get a couple more ships on this collaboration. I'm curious to see what they all are. I'm happy with that. What did I see? Hang on a second here. Bear with me a second. I know we got more Epic Commanders, but they didn't say. So we don't know what these new Epic Commanders are going to do. They were kind of smart and they left them out this time. So we don't know. But we get a couple more Legendary Commanders, some more Epic Commanders. All right, let me get back into... Sorry about all the scrolling here, guys. All right. So August is going to be a big, big month. So we've got anime collab, 2 anime collabs. We got the Megadeth collab. We got the Wargaming anniversary. We got the early access for the Japanese battleships. September, Mid-Autumn Festival, and Oktoberfest theme. Blitz Pass, okay. All right, now we're getting into the fun stuff, though. Legendary equipment. Republic is going to get a legendary mod. Now, I don't know where it's going to be, what equipment slot it's going to be. But if it's in the first equipment slot one, take 12% off the maximum and the minimum main battery dispersion at the cost of 15% of your main battery survivability. I don't know. It's it's way better than the dispersion mod that you're going to get for, gives you 7% off of your dispersion. So, it's 5% better dispersion over a dispersion mod at the cost of some main battery survivability. Leave that one up to you guys, but it's not terrible. Give and take there. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Grosser Curfers finally gets a legendary mod. Now, if you've got the space camo on Grosser Kerr first, I probably would recommend this mod because you're getting 10% off your main battery reload and 15 seconds off of your secondaries and your auto secondaries. So that's huge for a brawling battleship. And at the cost of 7% of your main battery firing range. So if you've got the space camo secondary build, Grosser Kerr first, I'd highly recommend this mod. I'm going to have to run some numbers to see if my Grosser Kerr first build could survive this mod or not. And again, we got to see what slot it's in. You know, do we want to take away the number one equipment slot secondary mod on a Grosser Kerr first? Like I said, all dependent on where this particular mod what equipment slot it's in. Ship balancing. Carno, Dalian, Smolensk. Replace secondary guns with torpedoes on the upgrade tab of the ship specifications. I don't have Smolensk and Dalian to take a peek at that. I'm not sure how that one's going to work, guys. I'll have to look at that tomorrow when the update drops. Tier 10 aircraft carrier Eagle gets more critical damage on the dive bombers. And less chance of fire. Hey, I'm all for less fire chance on the ship. Or on aircraft carriers. Okay, the Italian cruisers are getting increased survivability. Zara, the tier 7s all get a hit point buff. It's going to help. I don't know if it's going to make them... I mean, I like the tier 7 Italian cruisers. They're to me, they're in a good spot. Nothing to complain about there. So, you know, more hit points is very welcome. So, Amalfi and Black Amalfi. Hit points go up. Damage reduction increase. So, we go to 10.5% damage reduction. Kind of nice. Same thing with Brindisi. I don't know if I don't think that's enough to bring the tech tree into a playable position. But Napoli gets almost 2,000 more hit points and its damage reduction goes from 10.5% to 12%. Napoli is already a beast, so that's absolutely fantastic for that ship. The French destroyers. All of them are getting a turret traverse speed buff. Going from 9, so it looks like it's going to go from, 9 degrees per second to 15 degrees per second for all of them. That's actually kind of scary. Oh, here we go. Mogador and Colbert go from 12% or 12 degrees a second to 18 degrees a second. And not a bad HE buff, but main battery shell velocity increased. So those players that are really good with these ships are going to be even better. And I think this might actually make them a more user-friendly class of ships that, you know, with a better traverse speed on those main guns. All right. One thing I'm super happy about, and I'd like to see this go across the board on, like I said, the Grosser Kerr first and the Yamato as well. Soviet battleships. They're getting citadel protection and fire and flooding resistance increased. So you can see here, we'll just go with Ismail. Tier 6 goes for your citadel protection goes from 12.5% to 15%, and your fire and flooding resistance goes from 15% to 17.5%. Nice welcome addition to help the battleships out. You know, they're going to be that much more tanky. Not a ton more, but that much more tanky. So looking at Kremlin here, citadel protection goes from 15% to 17.5%. And that fire and flooding resistance, that was at 20%, which was pretty good. Now goes to 22.5%. Very nice. Soviet aircraft carriers. So they're going to be able to do a little more damage. They're going to have a little more hit points. And their preparation time gets increased a bit. I don't play enough carriers to know how much that's going to affect things. So I'll let somebody else chime in on that. Main battery accuracy has been improved on the hybrid American battleships. the Nebraska, Delaware, the Kearsarge, and the Louisiana. All right, Nebraska and Delaware. In my eyes, that was needed. Delaware's front guns weren't bad, but its back turret was its twin turret in the rear was absolutely horrendous with accuracy. I'm a little scared about Kearsarge and Louisiana. Kearsarge has got pretty damn good guns, and so does Louisiana. So the extra accuracy on their main guns could make those ships kind of scary. So what's next? We're going to improve the download process because of all the issues some players were having on trying to download the game. Where I know we lost players because last update that happened, I think some of the players, what was it, a week? It was like at least a week before they could download the game and start playing again. So that's absolutely tragic and horrible and makes us lose players. So anything that they can do to improve this process and make it smooth to keep the player base up is absolutely great. More collaborations. Excuse me. More collaborations. Dude, I'm thrilled. I am thrilled to see some extra collaborations and some unique little twists on ships. And I'm happy to see it's not just anime stuff or cartoons, like the little Megadeth one. I know they had it on PC. I'm happy to see something like that come here. So I'm all for more collaborations. They're going to enhance the user interface at some point. Oof. I remember the last time we improved the interface, and a little scary. So we'll just hold my breath and see what happens there. And a nice thing here, a nice little bone to the free-to-play players, which really needs to be done. I know a lot of the collection books for some of the cooler rewards were, that was made for me, the whale, one of the whales. So anything that they can do to give the free-to-play players some better stuff or access to stuff with a collection book, that's absolutely fantastic. So I think we've kind of touched on everything. Like I said, I'm kind of excited seeing some of this. Granted, I know they got a bit of a spaghetti code they're working with, but with the call for more CCs, looking at improve or doing like a little rebrand of the logo, making things look nicer with the game. I'm optimistic that they're actually they're actually going to put some effort into this game. So makes me kind of happy, and yeah, that's my take on update 7.3. We'll see what happens with it, and we'll go from there. I can't wait to get it downloaded tomorrow and see what things look like. And like I said, guys, I'm hopefully optimistic about how the direction of the game is going right now. I hope you guys enjoy.